Uvalenga magwala kwelintaba wo.
Uvalenga magwala kwelintaba. Umayebona sekufika
Sunborn Bafundi. Remember the last lesson we looked at the past tense, recent past tense, and more distant past tense. Now in this lesson we're looking at the future tense, and it's actually quite simple. You'll find that there are two ways of expressing the future tense in Zulu. It is zo and yo. They are sometimes interchanged, and there is a modern trend towards not using the yo as much as in the past. So we need to look at examples. If you say, I will fetch water tomorrow, ngizolanda amanzi kusasa. I will fetch water next month, ngiyolanda amanzi ngenyanga ezayo. Notice there the difference. Instead of zo, it's got yo. You place it after the ngi, or the u, or the ba, or the si. And there are slight varieties. For instance, some might say ngolanda amanzi as a shortcut, but officially it's ngizolanda amanzi. If you wanted to use the prefix of amanzi, you could have said ngizowalanda amanzi kusasa, and that would look like this. But I think it's sufficient like that. So we go now to some practices. So let's look at you will fetch water tomorrow, he or she will fetch water tomorrow, they will fetch water tomorrow, we will fetch water tomorrow. And so here it is. You would be uzolanda amanzi. Uzolanda amanzi kusasa. If it is he or she, now remember in Zulu there is no distinction between the genders. So he or she is simply u. Uzo. It's the same as you, by the way. Uzolanda amanzi kusasa. If it is they, it is bazolanda amanzi kusasa. For we, it is si. Now learn these off by heart. So you, me, they, us, etc. It is quite easy. Learn it because it's the same every time. Sizolanda amanzi kusasa. All right, another example. I will eat wild spinach tonight. Now for the Zulus, wild spinach is very important. It's called imifino. And they say it's very nutritious. And there are various types of imifino. Sometimes they'll even use pumpkin leaves. But mostly it's wild, grows in the fields, usually discarded by whites as weeds. So, ngizo yidla imifino ebusuku, for I will eat wild spinach tonight. Why do I add the ye? I've put it in another color for you. If we want to include the prefix of imifino, then you're going to add the ye. Ngizoyidla imifino ebusuku. It's quite correct though to say ngizodla imifino ebusuku. That's sufficient. And because you're still learning, you needn't always include the prefix inside the word. So here's another example. And I want you to, well, let's go back to that one. I will eat wild spinach tonight. Ngizodla imifino ebusuku. Now you practice with you, he, she, we, and they. So it would be uzodla imifino ebusuku. He would be u, she would be u, we would be si, and they is bo. One can, though, sometimes double it up, and the Zulus are fond of that. So you could say bo bazodla, bazodla. You could have said before it bona bazodla, which is simply doubling up and saying they will eat it. Quite common in Zulu, so don't get confused by it. So if it is we will eat, you could have said thina sizodla imifino ebusuku. So it would be us or we, and us, we will be eating. All right, so let's go to another lesson, another example. I will buy a free-range chicken. For the Zulus, that's very important. They say the chickens that are not free-range are usually, they don't taste nice. So usually they use this word, inkukhu yesiZulu, for a chicken that is free-range. In other words, it runs around the yard. So ngizothenga inkukhu yesiZulu. You could have added a prefix here and said ngizoyithenga inkukhu yesiZulu, but not necessary. So this particular chicken, of course, is a rooster, and in Zulu it is ikote. And if you wanted to say, I will buy the free-range rooster, then you would have said ngizolithenga ikote lesiZulu. Then it would have been the ili prefix, and it would have been lesiZulu. Now practice it yourself for he, she, we, you, they, etc. He, she, remember, are u, same as you. We is si. They, ba, bazothenga. You could also say bona bazothenga. They will buy a free-range chicken. Bazothenga inkukhu yesiZulu. Now I usually end the lesson with a proverb, Isaka, and he has a very good one. See the child on the back. Originally it was a skin, which you could say was a type of a sling, and the proverb goes like this: ingane engakhali ifele embelekweni. And it literally means ingane, a child that does not cry, engakhali ifele, it dies in the sling. A child that does not cry will die in the sling. In other words, if you do not express your concern, you won't be noticed. You might even die. Of course, it's a slight exaggeration, as all proverbs are, to make the point. So in other words, express yourself. Now, if we had wanted to say this in the future tense, since this lesson is all about the future tense, then you would have said ingane engakhali izo, like this, izofela embelekweni. But of course, proverbs are always kept exactly the same. You don't change it. So it is ingane engakhali ifele embelekweni. Now, to make my point, if you don't ask for help, then you won't get it. So you're welcome to write to me. Remember that my email is basicisizulu@gmail.com, and I'll be writing it on the YouTube site. Thank you so much. Salani kahle.
Uvalenga magwala kwelintaba wo.
Uvalenga magwala kwelintaba.
Umayebo
nasekufika
into
into